Hey guys, it's us. We told you we'd be back to tell you the story about how God provided for us when we didn't have anything.
About the bread.
About the bread. Anyway, so this happened while we lived in Virginia. So, Virginia peeps, how y'all doing? We went to a school in Virginia, Liberty University. We both have our hats on. We've been working today. These are our work hats, but we loved our time there. Maybe we'll share one day about how we were able to go to Liberty. Because anyway, it was really expensive, but God had to make a way for us, and He did. But while we were there, my last year, I got a job at a church in a few counties over, a place called Buckingham County, and it was kind of far away from everything, but we loved it there. A great church, great people, and this story happens while we were there. We spent 6 years there at the church, and while we were there, we had both our first two children, and then Weston was here in Mississippi. So Madeline and Dawson were actually born in Martha Jefferson, right?
Mm-hmm.
Martha Jefferson Hospital. What was the doctor's name? You remember?
Dr. Wolanski.
There you go.
He's awesome.
He was a good doctor. He really was. And so this story happens when we were actually coming back from a pediatrician visit for Dawson. While we were there, we stopped by the bank because we were going to go to the grocery store. So we wanted to check our balance, because back then we kind of lived on the edge, and we checked our balance and we only had a few cents left. And
We're living on faith.
we were living on love and faith.
And a prayer.
And a prayer. That's all we had. Oh man, if we had that much now, I would have a heart attack. Maybe, anyway. More faith back then, though, really, I guess. But
That's what we're just stupid.
maybe just young and dumb. Anyway, so we checked them, and we didn't have any money. And so we were coming back from Charlottesville, and we had bought some stuff, sandwich stuff, I guess, earlier in the week. And we had some peanut butter and jelly, but we didn't have any bread to put it on. And I guess we were just going to eat it off a spoon. We didn't know. So we were talking about we need bread. And I can remember the town. We were just about to come through a little town in Virginia called Scottsville, Virginia. It's right there at the James River. And I'll let Alyssa tell you what happened from there.
Well, right before we go through the town, Scott says, seriously, we really need to pray that God will provide either some money that we haven't found or some bread for us to eat. So we can make it to our Sunday, I think was payday. So,
Yes, Sunday was payday. So if we can make it Sunday, we're good.
So we go through the town, and we were praying out loud, praying for bread or money or whatever God gave us. And we get through the town, we go over the bridge, and we come up around the curve, and there was something in the road.
In the middle of our lane, right in the middle.
And we got close to it, and it was bread. It was bread.
There's a loaf of bread
It
there.
No, it was like 5 loaves of bread. It was.
But there was one that was right in the middle of the road, and then there were some that were on the side.
Yeah.
And the one in the middle of the road, and it hadn't been run over or anything. It wasn't
It was
squished.
perfect.
Like somebody just put it there.
And so Scott pulls over, and he's like, "Get out and get the bread."
I'm driving. I couldn't get it.
I was like, "What?" So
I said, we prayed for this bread.
We just prayed for this, and God just gave us bread. And I was like, "What if this is somebody else? What if it fell off of a bread truck?"
I said, they're not coming back far.
And so I hopped out of the car, and I picked up the bread. I got like 5 loaves of bread. Threw them in the car. It was good bread too.
I've never heard some of the bread.
We had pumpernickel bread. We had wheat bread.
What's pumpernickel? I don't even know what that is.
I didn't either.
I don't know where it comes from. But we had It was good too.
Yeah, we had enough that we were able to eat, and we were also able to put some in the freezer and save for later.
We sure
and I
did.
know some of my friends, especially Brandy, right now is going, "Oh my goodness, you ate bread off the road."
That was manna. It was manna.
That was manna from heaven.
Yes. It was fine though. There was nothing wrong with it. We just prayed for it, and God provided. So, it's little things like that where God just shows up in our life over and over. And tonight I just want us to focus in on prayer and think about prayer during the hard times. And I think right now we're all having a little bit of a hard time. We're all a little bit worried about what's going on. Some of you are even having a hard time finding bread on the shelves right now. And I would just say, spend time in prayer. You know, when that happened, this verse came to my mind, and it says, ask and it will be given to you, seek and you will find, knock and it will be open to you. For everyone who asks receives, and the one who seeks finds, and the one who knocks it will be open. And here's the part that really stuck out to me during that time. Or which one of you, if your son asked him for bread, would give him a stone? Or if he asked for fish, would give him a serpent? If then you who are evil know how to give good gifts, hold on, let me switch the page, to your children, how much more will your heavenly Father who is in heaven give good things to those who ask him? And it may seem simple in that little story, something like bread, but that was a big deal for us. God provided a way for us to eat until we could get paid, and so
and he gives us our needs. And, you know, Philippians 4:19 says that my God supplies all your needs according to his riches and glory in Christ Jesus. It gives a whole new meaning to supplying your needs when he drops bread in the middle of the road.
That's true.
But I know that everybody's wondering, how are we going to find toilet paper? How are we going to do this? But God will take care of us, and he gives us everything we need. And sometimes we just have to open up our eyes and see it right in front of us.
Hey, and tell the truth, sometimes God's provision is right there. Look, I want to brag on our people in Virginia. If they would have known we needed anything, they would have provided. So sometimes if God wouldn't provided that way, all we would have had to done was ask a friend or two, and I promise you they would have taken care of us. So sometimes God's answer to prayer we don't have just because we're a little too prideful.
True.
Anyway, hey guys, we love you. We won't be with you tomorrow, but Sunday, we're not going to have church live, or at the building, I should say, but we'll have a message up at 10 o'clock, so tune in for that. The Sunday after, we have a surprise. We're hoping that it's all going to work out. We had to order some equipment, and it should be in on Tuesday. It said it was going to be Tuesday. If that happens, we're going to have a surprise. Well, if you were there last Sunday, it probably won't be too much of a surprise because we talked about it a little bit. It's just we got to make sure that we're able to do it right.
And legally.
And legally. We had to go through, I'll just give you a hint, FCC, and make sure that we were doing stuff on the up and up. It's the worst when churches break the laws. Anyway.
Okay.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys Sunday on live here, or maybe not live, maybe we're pre-recorded. We don't know. You'll have a message at 10, and then Monday we'll talk about either, I don't know, maybe how we got to Liberty, or there was a time when Alyssa was pregnant with Weston we may talk about, which is probably the biggest, I don't know, that's probably the biggest thing God has ever done for us. But anyway, we're going to keep sharing testimonies with you guys, and as long as y'all want to hear, and remember during this time, pray for your needs. See ya.